Hi everyone, we're back with another episode of the So She Slay Show. I'm Heather.
I'm Chauncey. It's episode 3.
I know, I can't believe it.
Right.
We're definitely going to talk about getting to know yourself a little bit more. Self-awareness, it's a thing from two people who work so damn hard trying to do it. So we're going to show you, or we're going to tell you our struggles and how we're actively practicing self-awareness.
Every day we practice. Like, it's just not something that happens overnight. Like, I can honestly tell you for myself, it's called growth. Because self-awareness is something I've been struggling with since I was like a preteen. So here we are.
Here we are. I know, as adults. And we still struggle through it. So we're going to kind of, hopefully through our struggles, you're going to learn more shit about yourself.
Welcome to our Slay Nation, guys.
No, right? We're not perfect. Sorry.
Not at all. Not even close.
Oh gosh. Okay, so self-awareness. When do you think you started really becoming like self-aware, like really experiencing adulthood and growth in that area?
I can honestly say my 29th birthday, because I told everyone, if you're not right with me before my 30th birthday, because my birthday is literally like the first week of the new year. So I was like, New Year's resolutions, all that hoopla. I was like, if you're not right with me in my 30th year, like, if I'm not right with you, but I feel like we have issues, or like, I just feel like we need boundaries, or like, I need to work on myself. If it's not good before my 30th birthday, I'm not bringing you into my 30s, hands down. And that's why I became self-aware. Like, I was like, there's certain things I need to cut out: toxic people, toxic relationships. I'm a very kind person, but I can be aggressive. And aggressive is not a bad thing.
I was going to say, and aggressive is not a bad thing. Everybody wants to associate all sorts of negative connotation with the fucking word aggression. And I'm like, you know what? Not. It's a human thing, okay? It's a human thing. Anyways, continue.
Yes, like, it's not a bad thing, but people make it so bad. So when people are like, oh, you're so aggressive, you're like, well, okay, well, I'm aggressive. Shoot, I'm happy to be aggressive. But I know, like, I am very, like, mild-natured. But once you piss me off, I'm just aggressive. I see black.
You're like me, though, and it takes you a long time to get to that point. Like, normally you are so understanding. Like, both of us are very understanding of people's intentions.
We are.
You know what I mean? Like, we actively try to. But it's like, once you freaking hit that line or you push too far,
it's a wrap.
Lord help you. Lord help you.
Help you. Pray. I pray for you, because I'll taught people so badly too. Like, if you done me wrong, I will drag you in the mud as a kid. But now I'm just like, you know what? I think about the cause and effect of things. I know if someone does me wrong, if I do them wrong, or like get very upset, angry, what is I doing for myself, and what's I going to do for other people? We all learned that in elementary: cause and effect. You do this, what happens to that? And I used to hate that like thing in class. I was so bad at it, but now I'm great at it because I know the cause and effect. That was so bad.
Like, it's what we call growth.
Growth. It's growth, guys. But no, honestly, like, I really had to learn to be aware of, like, my emotions, and like knowing to cut people off or cut things off in my life that wasn't, good for me, my spirit, or my future self. Mm-hmm. So when did you know?
I want to say that, like, I think I knew before I could actually define it. You know what I mean? Like, I could, because I remember it was probably in high school, honestly. And like my mom used to, but the thing is, I didn't really know that it was like being self-aware. It was more like, I felt like I was being selfish because I just really didn't give two shits. And so, like, in high school, like, I would be invited to all these different places and go and do all these things and have friends. And like, I was always on the go, like constantly moving. And then I remember one time I was invited to go somewhere. And I was sitting at the kitchen counter. I was asking my mom, and I was like, hey, can I go with so-and-so, da-da-da-da? And she's like, Heather, you've kind of been out a lot lately. And I was like, yeah, I know, right? And she's just like, do you even really want to go? And I was like, no, not really. But I mean, I feel bad. And she's like, just lie to them. Just be like, just say your mom can't go. It said you can't go. And I was like, okay.
That was my go-to line, though. That was my go-to line. My mom said I can't go. I just really, like, I think everyone thought my mom was really strict, but she wasn't. I just was lazy and didn't want to be bothered with people. at a young age.
Exact
like,
opposite.
oh.
You're just like, my mom
You're
said I
opposite.
can't go. Sorry.
I'm like, I can't go. I'm sorry.
So I think that was like one of the first times where I was just like, at that point, I was just like, I recognized that I was tired and I really didn't care that much to go hang out with these people. And so it's like, I think that was like one of the first times, but I didn't really realize that's called like being self-aware. Like,
that's called taking care of yourself.
Right? Like, I didn't even realize that that's what it was. It was just like, I just don't care enough to go, but I feel bad because everybody expects me to go. How do you practice self-awareness when it comes to like being mad or angry or upset or even sad? Because sometimes sad will get you that same type of reaction.
Yeah, because like when you're sad, you're either projecting on other people without even knowing how angry you are. So I've learned that, okay, I do have trigger words that make me really upset, and like people who know me really well, they know my trigger words. Because I don't even care if like my best friend, my mom, if I hear that word, I'm like, I look at you like I've lost all sight of like common sense. Like I really do. Like I hate the words shh. If you tell me to shh, I don't know what happens to me. All I see is black, just done. I hate pay attention. You're not gonna tell me to pay attention. Like I'm a grown woman. You're not gonna tell me to pay attention. Mind you, I was like 12 years old saying this. Like you're not gonna tell me to, like it's just
I'm a grown woman. All of 12 years old.
Woman.
Listen to me.
I don't know what I was going through, but yeah, like now I know, like I really try to talk myself through my emotions first before I actually like react now, because I know that it's not going to help anyone. Like I said before, like, so I'm the kind of person who's like, when they're sad, are they really like depressed or anything? Like, yeah, everyone has depressed moments. I get aggressive. So I remember my therapist, I went to therapy years ago, and the therapist said, Chauncey, you're not depressed. You're just really aggressive. I took that as a compliment, actually. I thought he was speaking some facts, but I realized he was trying to tell me that I was projecting my sadness into aggression. And honestly, that after hearing that, I was like, you're right. I actually just feel my emotions. So like now I journal a lot. Yeah, like you have to be aware, because your emotions can be sent out in 3 different ways. Either you're very depressed, or you're very, very angry, aggressive, or you're projecting. You don't want to project on people you love. Whatever I do now, I have to be able to make sure I do it later. Like I don't want to have that same energy for other people that I'm going through, if that makes any sense.
Yeah. And that's like your coping mechanisms too, to journal or to do nothing or to like kind of relax and that kind of stuff. I think this is still an area that I am actively working on.
It's a work in progress.
It's a work in progress because like I try real hard. Okay, one, I am not the most patient person. Okay, I actively have to try. That was my New Year's resolution. Okay, not 2020, but a few years ago.
Patience really is hard for everybody. Like I'm always working for patience.
See,
I'm looking for patience and peace.
Patience and peace. But I think for me, I do journal. I've journaled my entire life, and that has definitely helped to like get the aggression out, or the sadness or anger or whatever I'm feeling, because it's just like it's out on paper, and like I totally just don't have to freaking deal with it anymore. I just I do, but it's like I released whatever was like building up. I mean, and also too, like I think it's super helpful to take a step back and really just be like, okay, well, why the hell am I so freaking upset? Asking yourself these questions is such a huge thing that I think a lot of people don't do. And I mean, you got to be your own friend, you know what I mean? You got to be your own friend, and you're just like, okay, I notice that I am all sorts of fucking crazy right now. Like, this is not me. This is not the normal. This is not how I usually feel. What is happening?
Yeah, you have to take inventory.
Boundaries.
Yes. You know, I love boundaries. I love boundaries.
Well, I mean, I'm telling you, I found boundaries and I found happiness.
Yes. Boundaries is like your thing. Like, not about like work. Like, of course, we all need work boundaries, but like with your friends, like, I haven't necessarily need to like always text people back right away. If you text me, I text back pretty fast. Unless I'm like knocked out sleep, like I'll text you back pretty fast. But in the past like couple years, I'm like, no, like I need my own space too. Like, unless it's like, of course, if you're telling me like something seriously happened with your family or yourself, or like you broke with your relationship or anything like that, I'm 100% there. But if you're just texting me nonsense, I mean like just random stuff, I'm like this. I need a break too. Like I have my own like I have my own thing going on. I have friendships who are like different from like my friendship is different from you for another friendship. And like we all have like everyone has their own different relationship, but that's a lot to handle sometimes on one person. So sometimes you just need like to relax and be your own life because it's called boundaries.
Well, it's like, okay, it's the same thing. It's the same principle that you're always taught. Like, you can't freaking fill somebody else's cup if your cup is freaking empty.
Exactly. I'm the kind of person I have to put my phone like not facing me. But to that little light bulb, I'm like, who texts me? Who texts me?
I'll turn it over.
Yeah, because like there's some person that you really want to text you. So I'm like, oh, I hope that person texts me today. And they're like this, oh, it's just so and so.
Right, and you're all disappointed, and then you do self-awareness, and you're like, wait, why do I care this much?
Yes, exactly. But that's a whole different conversation. But like, that's a whole different episode, guys. About
stay tuned. I'm sure it's next.
It's coming soon. But yeah, like your boundaries are so important right now. Like you can't be everything to everyone.
Well, and you can't. You really can't though, because then that's how you run yourself into the ground.
I mean, like, tired.
Well, and honestly, like I'm a big fan of boundaries, and boundaries is something I think I've found recently, maybe like in the last 2 years that I found boundaries.
Very cute. I'm really proud of you.
It's, I've
growth.
It's definitely growth. It's definitely growth, because it's like I had to wean myself out of being such a people pleaser. And I know, like, I think it's just because I care so damn much.
Since you're a people pleaser, do you ever feel guilt for not being a people pleaser? Because I know I do.
Yeah. I mean, like, I've had to actively try and get better at it too. And I mean, I don't know if that's just like me being cold or about it, where I'm just like, I freaking can't care. Like, go find somebody else who can listen to you, because I can't. Like,
that's not.
I don't know if it's like that. On yourself. Exactly. And it's like, I mean, I do feel guilty sometimes, especially if I know I can help. And here's the thing: it's like I always prioritize like the things. I mean, if it's something that's super important to somebody and I know I can help, I'll always just be like, look, I can't get to this right away, but I can get to it here, like during this time. So if you can wait, then, I'll be able to help you out, but I cannot touch it today. You know what I mean?
Yeah. I know the same thing. Like, I am the kind of person who acts like everything's like perfectly fine. Like, I'm pretty like easygoing concerning things, right? And you wouldn't think a lot of things affect me, but a lot of things do affect me. Like, I'll carry this like kind of like shame about things, or like things I've like been a part of, but like I know I shouldn't have been, like I should have like not said this and not said that, or like not be a part of things, or like gossip and stuff. And I still carry that like guilt in me, and it's a weird guilt. Like, I can think about something from like 5 years ago, I'm like, oh, I shouldn't have done this, or I should have done this better, but I'm still working on that. Like, I still feel guilty about certain things I shouldn't feel guilty because I know that other person has moved on completely. Yeah. But I'm still holding that still in me. And that's something I have been trying to work on for like probably like 2 decades now.
That almost kind of speaks to like your level of self-awareness too, where it's just kind of like you recognize you made a mistake, or you recognize maybe things didn't go exactly as well as they could have. And then you reflect and you say, well, what could I have done differently? Because that's the only things you can control is yourself. But what could I have done differently? And then it's like, I feel like that's almost like the process of growth though, because if there's no reflection, then there's no like acknowledgement and there's no growth. You know what I mean?
That's so true, because you're learning from your past. So I think, like we said, like, you have to get over the guilt of being a people pleaser, because we all do that. Like, I know, but I also think it does give us empathy though, because like we feel bad for what we've done or what we didn't do. Like you get upset with your friends. Like, I'm the kind of person, like, it takes a lot for me to express my feelings to my friends. So I'm getting better with that. If I'm really upset, if I'm sad,
you
like,
are. Oh my God, you
I will tell them. I just tell them now. Aren't you proud? I'm like, oh no, it's okay. And I'm like, no, that hurt my feelings. Like, because like things hurt me too. But I think with you, like, you have got a lot more patient over the years. Like, I've known you for so long, and your patience has really improved. Like, I would tell you about Heather. Heather had no patience.
Like that face would come over like
I have
all sorts of just annoyed.
Yeah, like I know I have no patience. Like, patience is something I've been working on for like like I said, decades too. But like Heather, like I can at least hide my annoyance. Like my face could hide. Heather could never hide it, which cracks me up. I love her. I love it about her. I think we're like a dynamic duo with that. Like we're the greatest team ever. But like your patience, like you can hide your facials now. So that's all it matters.
I've actively tried
you improve
that.
You improve.
I've actively tried that because it is like
your patience. Like I know I have no patience, but Heather's faces would just show the frustration of just death took over and like just
and Chauncey would be in the back. Like I would tell somebody off and not even like think about it, and Chelsea's just in the back going,
"Well, you know, we apologize."
Chelsea be like, look, she didn't exactly mean it that way.
like Heather and I, like everyone thinks I could be the aggressive one because no stereotypes, but honestly, Heather's a little wildfire. Like, but the thing is, like,
sometimes you push
but
me
we bounce each other off really quick. Sometimes I'm trying to fire up. Heather's like, I got this. Don't you worry. She'll like do it for me.
Yeah.
Or when I get mad, here's Heather. It's okay. Like we're gonna be fine. I'm like, okay. But I just remember when you met, like when you meet people, they got you so fucked up. You're like this. Well, what? No.
Like, it's so bad. It's the facial reactions. I
don't know what Heather hears in her head when people talk to her. Sometimes they got her fucked up. I don't know what. It cracks me up because I'm like this. I see you. Like, I know I'm the same way. I'm like this. I just look blanking out like this. And I think about the ways I'm gonna mess up your life. I think about the ways.
But it's like you just, I don't know. You're just so much better at like.
I'm calmer and facial.
Yeah,
calmer.
but it's like, but it's almost okay. But it's almost
scary. It's scary.
It's like almost a trick. Because it's like people start to be like, oh, Chauncey's like this and that. She's hella cool. She's laid back. You start like overstepping a line or something like that. Ooh, watch out. Like, because I can't even help you then. Like, I can't even.
Yeah.
Like, you did it yourself.
You did it for yourself. If you think you can get comfortable and say something crazy to me, you don't get that smoke. You get that fire. Like, but Heather comes out the pocket with it. No.
Just no. I mean, I was like, you know, why even test it? I'm like, if this is how you're gonna act, no, I don't like it.
I remember we went to an event years ago, and like someone said something like we couldn't go or whatever, and Heather was like, no, we're gonna go. We're leaving. And I was just like this. She said what she said. Okay. Like she said what she said. I said we're leaving.
We're leaving. Apparently we're leaving. She said we're leaving.
I was like this. Okay, let's go. You're like oh well, you can't go. Here's Heather. Oh no, we're going. And I said what she said. So.
Well, I got a real issue with people trying to tell me what I can and cannot do.
I love it. That's why we work good together. It's so funny. Like I'm just like, Heather's just like, she's self-aware, but her patience has really improved. My aggression has really improved.
We've done a lot of growth.
Thank you, because the old me would drag somebody, just drag them. I think I've dragged only one person. We all know who that person is.
Yes.
But I dragged that person. I dragged that man.
But he deserved it.
Yes. But
again, it's never like done on people who don't really deserve it. And when it is, like we end up feeling so guilty about it. I feel
horrible. But now I just pick, certain people at time. But I think, like we said, self-awareness is real. Okay, guys? Like you guys can get better. Like take it from us. Like we did not start off as these like patient, non-aggressive people. There's nothing wrong. Everyone who's watching this, like, trust me, it's okay. You're gonna grow. And like probably like in 5 years when we do another video about this, we have grown since then.
We've learned a lot. I mean, as we should.
I've learned so much, but I just want to say thank you guys for watching us today.
Yes.
I hope you practice your self-awareness. Drop how you become self-aware in the comments. Make sure you follow and like us. We're here with you, Slate Nation. We're your friends. Like we say, we're your best friends. Your most
literally. We kind of are
me.
Like.
So thank you guys for being with us today. I'm Chauncey.
I'm Heather.
We love you.
It's been awesome, guys. Thanks for letting us do this.